Lately, there's been a lot of debate between goaltenders Andrei Vasilevskiy and Sergei Bobrovsky, so let's determine who the better goalie is. The Lightning and Panthers are so fun to compare because they've had similar success in different 3-year spans. In their respective 3 years of success, Vasilevskiy put up better numbers in all the important goaltender categories. Save percentage, goals saved above average, and shutouts. However, this was more so that Vasi put up otherworldly numbers and Bob was still excellent. Not that Bob struggled by any means. When looking at their best and quote-unquote worst performances, Vasi's worst save percentage was actually better than Bob's best save percentage. Vasi's lowest GSAA was still good, whereas Bob struggled a bit in 2024. But some of that was just the bad stretch of those 3 games in the finals. Other than that, Bob was pretty excellent in 2024 as well. And his 10.83 GSAA just this past postseason is fantastic. When looking at career performance, Vasi has the better save percentage and GSAA in both the regular season and playoffs, making him statistically the better goalie. However, it is important to note that Vasi came into the league right before the Lightning were about to dominate for many years. On the other hand, Bob had to carry some pretty mediocre Blue Jackets teams and even won the Vezina Trophy in a year where they didn't make the playoffs. I did pick stats that try to isolate the goalie away from his team, but keep in mind the overall team does still have an effect. Both of these goalies have had unbelievably successful careers so far, but Vasi's has been slightly more impressive in my opinion, especially since he came into the league about 5 years after Bob. When it comes to all time, it's really hard to deny how dominant Vasilevskiy has been, as he's been a top-tier NHL goalie for almost his entire career. However, it is true that I would say Bob is the better goalie at this moment, especially if you value the playoffs when it matters most, as Bobrovsky has put up fantastic playoff numbers in these last 3 seasons, whereas Vasilevskiy has actually struggled in these same 3 postseasons. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.